I knew was that I loved music from a very early age, and it was always going through my mind. I'd be sitting in primary school when I was 6 years old and thinking about tunes all the time and songs that I'd heard the day before or whatever, and I was always getting clipped around the ear hole by the teacher. You know, they'd come up, "Why aren't you paying attention?" You know, all this sort of thing. And it was because I was thinking of music all the time. The strings that I learned to play on were very heavy strings, and you couldn't really pull them as far as other people were seeming to do it. So really I strengthened my fingers by being ignorant of the whole thing and learning to play on the toughest strings you could. And then later on I discovered these light gauge strings that everyone else was using and found I could bend twice as far as they could. And when I was 16, there were guys of like 25 that couldn't play my guitars, and they'd say, "How can you play these things?" And I said, "What's wrong with it?" You know, I really didn't understand what was going on at the time.
His reputation as a guitar player, even at 16, had gone in front of him, you know, preceded him. Everybody was talking about this new whiz guitar player from the north called Gary Moore. He then moved in with me. I had a flat in Dublin. I showed him the sights of Dublin. I was quicker with the girls than he was at that time.
Sounds good,
the bond between these Irish brothers is strong. Gary and Phil Lynott grew up together in the music business, first with Skid Row, then Thin Lizzy. Today's recording session at London's Eel Pie Studios is part of the latest collaboration, a Moore-Lynott release called Out in the Fields.
Out in the fields it is.
Jimbo, you happy with your levels? Let's kick it in.
Out in the Fields is also being rehearsed to take out on the road. The song is one of 14, which will make up the set of the most important tour Gary Moore has ever undertaken. Preparations have been going on for months, and now final rehearsals have moved into London's cavernous Academy Theatre, where heaters fight off the early winter chill. A crew of 45 is putting the finishing touches to a rock show that will soon be ready to roll. Tomorrow, it will all be loaded onto trucks and sent on its way toward the political uncertainty of Belfast, Northern Ireland. After 10 years, Gary Moore is finally ready to go home.
Let's try murder.